Who said this job isn't fun? Look at him rolling around on the floor having a good time.
I hate backup cameras, dude. Hate them.
We all know. We all know.
Like,
you're so good at them, though.
no, I'm not.
You're the best.
No. It's just...
You could write a book on backup cameras.
I probably... If you have a car, buy one with a factory backup camera.
Yeah. You could be the backup camera czar.
No, I don't. I don't want it to be. Seriously.
Nah, it's unavoidable now.
No.
It's unavoidable. No. It's already happened.
No.
I think we need to get a new roll around next year, though.
Yes, we have to. Look at this.
Yeah,
this is what happened. You see?
It's the sun.
Look.
Wow, whoa, easy there, killer. It's not dead yet.
It's dead?
It's not dead.
I'm dead.
Well, that's your problem.
Yeah.
But
so
maybe we can move it up front. Put everything up front, right?
Everything has to be up front.
Everything has to be up front. Anyways, so we're working on this Escalade truck from the past.
/Avalanche?
Yeah, /Avalanche. It's an expensive Avalanche.
It's an expensive Avalanche.
And all he's getting is an infotainment upgrade. He's got an old screen in this that is seen better days. And so that's coming out. And we're putting in a Sony 4000 so we can have wireless CarPlay. It's very simple. One of the things that people like about the Sonys is the fact that the GUI, it's one of the easiest GUIs around. And if you're not interested in GUIs, I know I just went out of frame, then Sony is definitely there to be had. And that's what sells that particular radio. It's not any better or worse. You know, everyone's gonna be, well, what about Kenwood? It's like, yeah, no, Kenwood is still my fave, my BFF. But sometimes those menus kind of throw people off that aren't into like lots of options, because Kenwood will always win an option war. But for simplicity, you know, like this older gentleman, you know, he just wants to pair up his phone and yeah, he's good. He'll have that. So it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. So what we're doing is, this is an older GM, which I keep getting told I don't have an iData solution for, which is fine. So we are adding in an RP4 GM11, and we go with the 4 over the 5 because I just don't like dealing with the OnStar side of things. And when you do it with the 4 is not looking for OnStar, so you get to get all the features programmed the way you want, and it's just faster. But you do need two SNI 1 noise filters, because the one thing the RP5 has over the RP4 is high level to low level adapters built into them to make it not suck. So we do have to limit the amount of noise. All right, so with that being said, the other thing too about the RP4 is that the purple white wire is not reverse, it's green, which is fine.
Test it, Devo, test it.
Test it. So when you get in, you get done, and it's like your reverse camera doesn't work, and you're like, what the hell?
Never assume.
It's right here, green, reverse, positive. So always test it, always test it. But what we're doing is we are adding in our pigtails for the fact that he is getting a reverse camera, which we just saw Fernando rolling on the ground doing. He might get other things later on, so we want to make sure we have options for those. So we always just add a constant 12 volts accessory ground and remote turn on to our harness as a secondary, so it easily just pops in. And what I mean by that is, so here's the brain, here's the end, here's the RCAs. This is what's going to connect to our Sony plug that's all prepped and ready to go. But we've added this pigtail. So here's the black, here's the yellow, here's the red, here's the blue. And so those are all added onto there, so that makes it super easy. Like in this case, we're going to need an accessory and a ground because it's getting the backup camera. We have our little bins of heat shrink that we've already cut up. And of course, I only have 3 and I need 4. So yeah, that's makes this a little bit easier. The other thing too is, you know, you get done with one of these and you find out it has an amplified antenna that you forgot to wire in. So now you're golden. You just plug it into the blue with a white stripe or your blue output, because this doesn't have an amplified antenna, and you're all set. You don't have to cut your harness back up, which we don't like doing. We don't like cutting our harnesses up. And then that brings us to the conversation about tape. I assume heat shrink is much cheaper by the foot than already cut. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because like when you look at the price of the cut stuff for, you know, like the 5-star stuff that we put on the power wire. So like this stuff here, this is expensive. Oh my god, is this stuff expensive? Like it's, you think they're like printing this out of gold or diamonds or platinum or something. I mean, this isn't silver on here, that's platinum. No, it's ridiculous. And honestly, it doesn't take much. So hang on. So here's like maybe 18 inches. All right, and so we do this enough to where I know how long I need it to be, and they'll be all very similar in size. It's actually taking me longer because I'm talking. There's always one short. Yeah, so that's it. Now we have all the ones that we need. And if I was bored not doing anything else, I could do more. But typically I don't do large batches, because that's a bit silly. Yeah, so we're getting ready to talk about tape. Happy Tuesday from Cali. For sure. Alright, let's solder this wire up real quick and we'll talk about tape for a second. Because tape is one of those topics that just, you know, like, everyone gets so excited about tape, and it just kind of blows my mind, because it's like, dude, it's tape, chill out. We've switched from Tesa to JK tape a while back, which we're happy with. Any Serve Vigor reviews? No, maybe next year though. Yeah, we'll try for that next year, since we have an in now with them. Yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. The best stuff I ever used is the solder heat shrink stuff. I always solder beforehand, but the extra solder never hurts. And yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so we're going to talk about tape here for a second. All right, so if we look at this harness right here, so this is taped, this area is taped, this area is taped, and now we're making our connections in areas that aren't taped. There's nothing underneath that tape, so there's never going to be a reason I need to remove that tape. It's purely like there's no connections anywhere in that area. So the problem that most people run into was the car that we just got done before this, is that somebody just decided to take some Tesa tape, or tape, we'll just call it tape, we don't have to name names, and just go like ham on this thing, like just like go crazy, just the whole thing. And it's like, okay, so now we got to take it out of the car because we're changing radios. And that's the thing that everyone always complains about. It's like, oh, you know, I went to take this thing out and it was just disgusting and covered in goo, and then I got black goo all over my fingers. And it's like, okay, everyone, chill out. If you have to take a harness out of a car and it is covered in black goo, there's a really simple solution for that.
Yeah, run.
Yeah, run, don't walk. We keep it right here in our bathroom, and it's this stuff right here. Odorless mineral spirits. That right there cleans up paint. It also cleans up black sticky goo crap from Tesa tape or black tape or any other kind of tape. So take a rag like yay, This one actually still smells even though it's odorless. And you put some on here, you just clean off the wires. It takes like 2 seconds. You can also use it if you manage to get it on your seats, that black gooey stuff. Same stuff, takes it right off the seats. Very small amount. It won't fade the color or anything unless it's been sem-dyed. But yeah, it'll take all that crap right off. Super magical. And then it's like having a brand new harness. Anytime we have to do that, that's what we do. Solves the problem. Life is great. But that soft Tesa tape is garbage, just melts. So there's 2 types of Tesa tape, or 2 types of tape in general. You have interior, which is the fuzzy stuff. This is typically what everyone loves to use inside of the car. And then I only have a small roll at the moment. This is the exterior stuff. This stuff has to be cut with scissors. It's exterior, which means it's a higher temp. There's a time and a place to use either one of them. And there again, it's understanding its role and what it's used for. So yes, it is sticky, it is gooey. It is not garbage though. It's just people don't use it properly. If you use it in a run of wire that there is no breaks in the wire whatsoever, then it's just going to stay put. It's just going to do its job. You know, it's when somebody covers over a connection with it or uses it as an insulator for like a connection where they solder 2 wires together instead of using shrink wrap or electrical tape. You know, that's where that stuff comes crappy. The other thing too is on the ends of that, because it's naturally going to want to unwind, you need to wrap it around a few times to make sure you get it, because it sticks best to itself. As we know, when we're trying to peel it off the roll and you're over here going, where the hell's the end? Where's it? It's because it sticks really good to itself. So when you get to the end, make sure you do an extra wrap around there so that it's sticking to itself and not anything else. That's a positive. But the other thing to do is to put a little piece of heat shrink around it so that even though it wants to unravel, it won't. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter whose tape it is here in Florida. It gets so hot and humid and nasty, it doesn't matter. It's all going to peel up and it's all going to be crappy. It's just knowing how to use it so that it doesn't have to be serviced or doesn't have to ever come off. But when it does, you just clean it off. It's not a big deal. Not gonna lose any sleep over it. I mean, and then if you get it on your hands, the same mineral spirits will take it off your fingers too. You know, so it's kind of nice. All right, so just finishing up our last wire. So on this harness we talked about earlier on the RP4, the green wire is reverse, and we know that, and it kind of sucks. So what we do is we typically change it. So where we're going to make our connection points, it's actually purple white to purple white. We cut the harness apart and remake it so that those wires are the way we want them. So that when we come to our junction points, it's the right color and it's not a purple going to green, because we don't know who might look at this next. And if they see a purple and a purple white and a purple white going to green, and they're like, there's the problem, because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So Dean, have you installed components in a late 90s F-150? If so, where did you put the tweeter? And what size mods did you replace the factory 6x8s? So the answer to the question is yes. And I think the last one of those we did, we used the KS tweeters from Kicker, because they have that little fisheye tweeter, and we put it on the A-pillar. Which was kind of cool, and the guy was really excited about it. I was like, okay, whatever, dude. He thought it was cool. And I think when it comes to like a 6x8 to 6.5 adapter, I think we just make one. Some of those come with them. I know like Alpine used to come with one. I don't know if the Kicker comes with one or not. I don't honestly remember, which is sad, I know. But those are the kind of things I really don't think about much, because I try not to spend a lot of time thinking about problems that are easy to solve. like making a bracket. And there again, I know it might not be easy for you, but I also have to think about my sanity sometimes. And so when I look at whether or not I need to make a bracket, it's just part of the job that has to be done, and it's easy enough to do. Not everybody, I totally understand that. So in that case, that's when you look for the parts that come in the box. So like Alpine used to give you that. All right, so there we go. So we just added a piece of shrink wrap to the end of our wire there, and now here's the deal. Like, here's where all our wires come together. This is our junction point. All right, so we have two choices right now. We can leave this alone. Nothing's wrong. Just leave it alone. Just leave it in the car, put it like that. Or if we want to finish this off so that it looks totally covered and sexy and all that other crap, whatever you want to do, that's when you take the opposite type of tape. This is where the fuzzy stuff that easily comes off comes on. So now we can just wrap this area with this stuff. And like I said, feel free to do whatever works for you. Don't do something because I've done it, unless it's like really cool. And then always do it. But all right, so now we've just covered that up. All right, so that junction point is gone. Now, what we know is if this radio comes in for a service, we know that there's two different types of tape on here. Okay, and it doesn't all have to be black. You can use whatever you want. The point is there's two different types of tape. So I know that underneath all of this, there is no connections there's no connections. There's no connections under here. There's no connections under this. The only connections are made under this different type of tape. So if I need to service this, I can take it apart there and access my problem. And you can use that anywhere in the install. It doesn't just have to be here. Anytime you make a connection, make it obvious that you've made a connection there. Do yourself a favor, because you don't want to, 2 years from now, this thing comes back and it's stupid. And you're like, what the heck is going on? And you find out, yeah. I was able to get a Ford to turn off my fake engine noise, and I fixed my tweeter issues. So excited to hear the system now. Oh, that is fantastic. Good job finding a Ford dealer. A bass amp will draw more voltage than a mids-highs amp. How much impact does the mids-highs amp have on the total voltage draw? So technically a bigger amp will draw more voltage, right? That's always the case. When you look at the way they rate an amplifier, it's always rated for its maximum amount of current output, all that fun stuff. So like if a mids and highs amp has a 50 amp fuse on it, in best case scenario, or worst case scenario, it's gonna draw at least 50 amps of current. Does it do that? Probably not. It depends what you have running on it. So in a 5-channel mode, to where you have it actively crossed over, or a 4-channel mode where you have the crossovers on, they're playing from 80 hertz on up. It depends what kind of volume you have it at. Are you playing at 2 ohms or 4 ohms? You could easily hit that 50 amps of current draw. Especially today with a lot of people doing loudspeakers. Like, they're very dynamic, very active. They can make the lights dim, So it's an application based. We still try to pay attention to what size amperage draw is actually what the fuses are. So if we have a 200 amp draw between the two pieces, we're running a 0 gauge. We're not going to assume that it'll never draw that amount of current. Whereas, but we also understand, let's say like an 8-channel DSP amplifier that's only running highs is not going to be drawing, 150 amps of current in most applications. There again, it just depends on the application. If we're just doing regular speakers and there's tweeters on channels and mid-range on channels, they're very, that the tweeters are only going to get like 3 watts, and the mid-range might only be getting 50 watts, if you're lucky, 20 watts probably. Whereas the mid-bass are going to getting the most of the wattage because they're moving the most. Movement equals current draw.
I want to put 3,000 watts on my tweeter.
I want to put 3,000 watts on my tweeters too, Fernando. Everyone should put 3,000 watts on their tweeters. So, it's just, it really just comes down to being smart about it. That's the only thing. I mean, making sure that whatever the biggest amp is has enough current to keep everything going. But knowing that, so for example, if we have a Warhorse 4-channel and a Warhorse monoblock. If I'm loading that 4-channel down, it's going to be drawing all its watts. So I need to be smart about it and make sure that I run the proper power to it. Otherwise, I'll be having issues, and the amplifier won't like me. And we all want our amplifiers to like us. You're welcome. So for the wire strippers in this, on my workbench, I use the vice grip. We have all of them though, so like in my bucket, they're different. So so for example, here I use the channel lock crimpers, but if we go over to the bucket, see, that's Fernando's bucket. So in his bucket, he has channel lock crimpers. In my bucket, I have a set of Kleins. That way I know. And so here's my wire strippers that are in my bucket. So these are the channel, all the Kleins. So we always try to get 2 or 3 varieties of everything. For one, we'll know whose is whose. And 2, we know if it's supposed to be up here or if it's supposed to be in the bucket, because we have matching set of tools here and in the bucket. So that way we always know where everything is at. Okay, what's these? What about duct tape? Duct tape. If you go to the tape drawer, we don't use duct tape, we use Gorilla Tape, black. I made the mistake of buying silver once. I bought 2 rolls of it, and it is duct tape. Fernando hated it with a passion, so now it is just there in case we need some silver duct tape for whatever reason. Otherwise, he will only use Gorilla Tape. We're almost, see, like, here's a... What did you do with the duct tape? You got that somewhere? Oh, it's in your bucket?
Yesterday in the...
No, I used it today. Yeah, I used it today running the fiber optic cable. Man, you're dirty.
Ah, dude,
But
see?
this
is what I'm saying.
Hold on, Spanky. What are we looking at? Yeah, you're dirty. Yeah, now you gotta wash your hands. But this is the tape drawer, so we have double-sided tape, 3M double-sided tape. This is JK body molding tape. Love this stuff. This stuff is fantastic. Different duct tapes. We have some air conditioner tape. This comes in very handy. This is a super thin double-sided tape. This is the red tape. This shouldn't even be in here. This should be over here. So that's weird that it's over here. Kind of explains where that went. We've been looking for it. But so there's more tapes over here. Template tape. Lots of tape. Jesus, we use a lot of tape. I have a DM810. I didn't drive the car for a while and the battery died. After jump starting the system has a high-pitched noise to it in the background, but the tune is still there. Any ideas? More than likely something got screwed when you jumped it. Yeah, you probably blew like something off of the circuit board. It may need to go in and be repaired. But yeah, it's something like that. You probably want now. You might want to remove power next time before you do that. But yeah, it's probably damaged, which really sucks. I understand. But yeah. Dean, grandfather has one of those old Chevys where the speakers or radio just does randomly. His clock keeps changing times even while you drive. Is that a sign it's dying as well? Getting a replacement. Yeah, you probably want to get a replacement at that point. Yeah, would be a bad idea. Something like that doesn't really, it doesn't sound or make sense at all. All right, so there we go. So those are those 4 wires that we soldered in, and we've added our backup camera using our male and female bullet connectors. So now we have a nice simple way to, now if the cool thing is that they decide that they want to add a dash cam or anything like that, we still have a connection point here and we can make a Y, we can do whatever we want. So, but I don't have to screw with this. This is all up and ready to go. So that smooths out that harness. The next step is the noisy noise filters that the GM needs. And this is the easiest solution for this. Done it for years. Fantastic. They used to give you a, yeah, don't do that anymore. Nice organization. Tie, use different brands and different toolboxes. Yep. And then the toolbox, like the big toolbox, all that is just replacement pieces. So when the stuff, we lose them. How come you guys don't do stunt walls? Like anything else, you got to have a customer for it, right? And I think the reason why we don't do stunt walls is because, for one, we really don't do loudspeakers all that often in the install bay. We sell a ton of them.
We don't do it at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've done like 2 cars. So loudspeakers really aren't our forte. The other thing is we don't build boxes, and a lot of times when it comes to a stunt wall, you know, you have to build the stunt wall. So it's really not our guy. You know, we don't really have that customer per se, and I'm not looking for them. So don't be like, oh, I can fix that. It's just not what we do. I don't mind them. Like, I love every Sunday when I drive down the causeway, there is a stunt wall fest going on, and it's fantastic. I will sit there and go, yeah, that's cool. I enjoy it, but I like to enjoy it because I don't have to do it. Would you agree, Fernando?
100%.
Yeah. So, there again, stick with what you know. You know, be good at something. You don't have to be good at everything. Dean, the Thinkware cam you put in Haley's car, does that require a subscription? No, it doesn't. You just download the software and that's it. So there is no subscription-based. Thinkware doesn't do anything subscription-based. It just pairs to your phone, and everything you can download right from your phone. It's also on the SD card. But yeah, there's no subscription. It's not Wi-Fi. It's not Wi-Fi, but it's not like a cellular interface on it that will tell you what's going on when it's parked out in the parking lot. It'll just record. So like if somebody hits your car, then it'll record it, and you can come back and be like, oh, somebody hit my car. You know, if they rip the windshield out of your car, then you might be a little screwed. There are some cameras that do that, but this is not one of them. Okay, so front right, front right. Okay, so like everything we do, so this is the noise filters for the GM. We label them front, rear, and then you label them on the ends here. And that's it. That'll take care of all the GM crappy noise that comes out of these old GMs when you interface into their crummy Bose amplifier. It's not elegant, but we've been doing it for 20 years, so we know it works. And they used to give you something you could build, and they used to actually recommend this on the instruction sheet as a solution. They just don't do it anymore. Because they do have, you can just go to the RP5, and then you don't have to do all this. I just prefer this. Okay, so now we have the Sony, which gives you the pigtails. One thing I hate about the Sony, the mono sub output. Come on, guys, put another RC on there. Don't be so cheap. Front, you can make all the excuses you want, because I know that's what they would do to me. But at the end of the day, the sub amp has 2 RCA inputs on it, and not 1. And I haven't found anyone that sells an RCA that just sells 1. They all come as a set, so give me 2. So I don't have to sell them which I end up just usually giving it away, the Y jack. So one day, probably not. Probably not. Okay, so let's see what we got here. When are the new shirts going to be available to purchase? We're shooting for next year. shooting for next year. That's the goal. So if we can get the front done and get everything squared away up there, then we will be able to start selling those. So really we're just trying to finish up front. And so in order to finish up front, we have to get the routers put in place so we can move the table that's up front back here where it belongs, so we can open up the space. It's like a house of cards. Everything just kind of needs to fall into place. It's really annoying. So, but the goal is after sometime January. That's why I like you guys. You guys are truthful. Lying is too hard. Going to go. Thanks for sponsoring the show, Morel. I have my sub facing the trunk. 215s, resilient sound. And when the lows play, it isn't as loud, but could that be because the trunk and roof are flexing? Always. So, opposing waves will cancel. That's cancellation. And also not having enough airspace for the woofers to adequately reproduce the bass note, right? That's also an issue. So, you can sound treat the hell out of the back of the car, which will make it more rigid, and that will force it to try to suck air from other places as opposed to the metal wobbling around and doing bad things. So, yes. But getting air to them is the most important thing. But that's going to be hard. That's almost impossible. Jacksonville, Florida in the house. Can the trunk and roof flex kill low? Yes. It's a Chrysler Town and Country minivan. What is? Oh. Fired up. But, wow, okay. The other thing, too, is you got a huge amount of airspace then. You might have the box tuned wrong. Yeah. Have you tried firing it up? Took the third row out. Nice. You guys still use prefab bandpass boxes for low-powered subs? No. Is impedance rise to the point the amplifier had less power? Oh, it's impedance rise to the point where the amplifier has less power. Okay, so he's talking to that. What's up, Ada? What are your professional thoughts on the kicker key amps? Tried the LCI LOCs with Acubase and a CX5 with Bose and doesn't sound right. Wondering if the kicker key mono would be better for adding a sub. So the amps are great, but I'll let you in on a secret. You don't need to buy the amp. You could just buy the key lock. They're LOC. The key 500.1, I mean, unless you only need a 500 watt amp. But the key 500.1 is just a key lock in front of a 500 watt amp. So if you go buy a key lock, you can put that in front of any amplifier you have. You can put it in front of anything, and it'll fix the nightmare of things that are happening inside of your Bose system. The problem, though, is keep in mind, if you're just doing sub, you're fine. Once you start to do other things, like if you need to sum channels together and stuff like that, you're going to need more key locks or a better DSP that can do it. If the only thing you're worried about is sub, just buy a key lock, put it in front of whatever sub amp you have, and rock and roll. It's probably cheaper. So I tried it up and out in less than facing the trunk. It rattles the roof even more. Okay, it's 2,000-3,000. Okay, come on. All right, so you need a lot of sound treatment. I mean, the reality is you need some sound treatment. A lot of it, like through the roof, through the back. Probably is the enclosure, to be honest. It's a ground pounder, screw and glue. Yes, yeah. Especially with that much wattage. Remember, everything is only as good as its weakest point, all right? So you got great subs, you got tons of power, but you have a weak box. Guess what? You're going to have weak bass. So definitely get a better box, for sure. Hey, and this show is brought to you by the back of Fernando's head.
Hi.
You gonna do it?
Hey, have you watched the new Census from Morel? No? Why not?
Well, because we don't have them yet.
No, I mean, you just say watch it, not
Oh, okay.
touch it.
Oh, okay.
So you want to watch it? Go to morelhifi.com and you can see a picture of the brand new Census. Census?
Yeah.
Census.
Sure. We'll go with
Yeah,
that.
just go to morelhifi.com. Check it out. It's really nice. It's a component set.
Oh, and I think the amps are available now. The little amps?
And there you go.
Yeah.
Now, it's only one way to find out. You gotta go and find out at morelhifi.com. You wanna see a picture? Go to Morel_America here on Instagram. Or on Facebook. Morel Hi-Fi.
High five.
Morel, no, it's Morel America Inc. There you go. Boom.
There you go.
That's it.
Great
Drop
job.
the mic.
Drop the mic. Speaking of dropping the mic, that's where we're gonna end it. Yeah, it's you gotta see the CVS Santa Clauses. Here you go. There you go. There's your tray there. Yeah, CVS Santa Clauses are cool. Hey guys, what's going on? This is a 2019 Chevy Silverado pickup truck.
Chevy.
Chubby. Anyways, pickup truck. Oh, the time is off. Let's fix the time. Anyways, what's special about this? All right, where is that hidden? Now we got to play. Where's the time? Let's see. Date and time. There we go. So what is special about this is this has Bose from the factory. And they didn't want to dates right. Okay. They didn't want to remove the Bose, apparently, I guess. I'm assuming. I only say that because we still have Bose in here. So it has factory Bose amplifier. It's a 2019. So there's the Bose grill. And so PAC has finally released their radio replacement Bose interface. And it's a lot. Okay, it's got a lot of things. So you need to remove underneath here to get to your steering wheel controls. You need to remove both of these, the glove box. Well, actually just this one, because you need to get to the human interface module here for your dash cam. I'm sorry, for your backup cam. I don't know why I said dash cam. Probably because we've been talking so much about dash cams. Thinkware.com. Anyways, you also, I'll save you the headache, pick yourself up a VI Vid 1 from iData. I think PAC makes one too. I just don't know what it's called. But it is a noise filter specifically designed for a factory backup camera if you get lines. And guess what? This one you got all kinds of lines. Let me show you here. So hop in for a minute, Fernando.
Oh, hop in?
Yeah, hop in.
Where are we going?
You're just gonna put it in reverse for me.
Put it in reverse.
Yep. So this looks crystal clear, but if you get any like wavy, noisy lines, you need a Vid 1. And a Vid 1 will fix that so that it doesn't have wavy lines. We do need to back it out and check the Sirius XM.
It has wavy lines?
No, it doesn't. I put a Vid 1 in and it fixed it. That solved that issue. So he's gonna pull this out, make sure that the Sirius XM works. Who still does Sirius XM? That's twice now. 2 days in a row we've put those in. Oh, okay, sorry. Anyways, so let's look at some parts here. And so the first part that you need to do this radio swap is this guy right here. This is the GM6A RST Radio Pro Advanced. All right, this is going to be the main harness that allows us to integrate with the Bose amplifier. This will work pretty much on any GM in that age range, any 29-bit, but it will also, what makes it unique is that it will also do Bose. And it comes with a plethora of harnesses that need to go in. There are some extras. So we have extra parts, which is always fun because nobody likes extra parts. These are dependent on the MOS bus. So if it's a Bose system, it's going to have MOS. If it has a CD player and you pull the CD player out, there's one of these that needs to get plugged in that's going to loop the MOS bus through. And then if you have a non-Bose generic, it comes with these. So there again, it's universal. They make a lot of these for like Best Buy and stuff so they can have one harness to rule them all. The other thing is the Vid 1. Now the Vid 1 is designed to work in a Maestro harness. Maestro doesn't make Bose retention yet. So that's why we had to go PAC. And the Vid 1 has one of these little adapters on it, which allows you, if you were doing a RR, you could plug this in really simple. It's kind of nice. In this case, we didn't. We just attached ours to our T-harness that we made where we have our accessory constable ultraground coming out. And so these are all spare parts, which will end up here in the trash can at some point because, except for this is actually gold. I'm going to keep this guy. This is going to go right here in my emergency drawer. So that's its home. These, on the other hand, these are going to go into the trash because we don't need them. Now, it does come with all the bits and pieces that you need. So it has, if you're doing regular USB, it has the adapter for regular USB. It comes with the antenna adapter. If you're going to do an amplified system, like remove the Bose, for one, you would not be going with this interface. But if you were, it comes with a speaker. Huh? Yeah. No parts? No parts. So SiriusXM works, so he's all set and ready to go. This is the speaker. So all these come with chime speakers and stuff like that. iData has a round one, PAC has a square one. So if you need to retain the chime because you added amplifiers, which at a later date you might, so we just have a tote that has a couple of these in there that we can just pop in if we need to. You can also buy this as a part from both PAC and iData, so that's kind of nice. Things like this, so it was a USB-C, not a, it goes over there, so that's a Paul bin. So this was USB-C, so it gets a USB-C adapter. Put the bag in. See, the nice thing about 12 volts, we generate a lot of trash. So the USB-C adapter we're using, in some cases, is this guy right here from PAC. It gets mounted into place. But it's wireless, so, you really don't necessarily need it. But anyways, that is how that goes. There is an RCA that gets connected so that the thing you have to remember about any Bose system is that it is a 2-channel input only. So you're just going to feed it with the front. Now, I didn't test it in this particular one, but sometimes the fader will actually happen through the Bose amplifier. So like iData and Metro do that. I don't know if PAC is doing that in this module because I didn't think to check it. Just for my own personal knowledge, it doesn't matter because it is what it is. So it's not, you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit in this case. Now, should you do this? Should you worry about retaining the Bose? On the facts you respond to your views. Well, we respond to our views on the live show. The responding to the viewers in the, like here we will, but like on the videos it's kind of hard because I don't have a lot of time to do that. I'm usually editing more videos. Okay, so should you worry about retaining the Bose factory amplifier and stuff like that in a 2019, 18, 17, 16? And the reality is no. I wouldn't. That was the conversation we were having with Paul, is that we should have just, the reason why he replaced the radio is he clearly has some issues with his car. The screen was dead. So we needed a new radio, and I get it. In this case, sure, we go with a really expensive harness to interface with it, but you lose some of the features. So, for example, unlike iData, this particular harness doesn't talk to the car. It doesn't have that two-way data communication. So the GM6A RS, it has a whole list of things that you need to read before you start doing this, because if you don't, you could have some issues. So let's kind of go through them. Please make sure your vehicle setting selections before removing the factory radio for optimal installation time. Once the radio has been removed, the vehicle settings, which are normally selected through the factory radio, can be accessed and changed by downloading and installing the PAC Radio Pro PC application from their website. Now, what that means to you and I is it's not a Bluetooth interface or anything like that. That's saying that if you threw the factory radio away, the factory radio is dead, and you want to change something, you still can change it, but you have to pull the radio out of the dash, plug it into your laptop, and then with the software, you have to go in and change all of that there. Things you are going to lose. Before removing the factory radio, please review the following settings, as these will not be retained once the factory radio is removed. So this is one of the things that separates PAC, Metra from iData. iData is designed around keeping those. Now, again, we can't do this with an iData because we're trying to retain the Bose amplifier. So this is one of those questions you have to ask yourself. What is more important, retaining the Bose amplifier, okay, or these features? Now, if you don't want to retain the Bose amplifier, obviously we're going to buy an amplifier and some speakers to integrate into it because we can't just put these things onto the radio. So there's an expense there. And if these things don't mean anything, then it might make sense to just get rid of it. So first thing is ambient light control. So if you have the interior light control that you like to screw with, that's the first thing on the list that goes bye-bye. That might suck. Teen driver feature. There again, some of these features don't even exist on all the vehicles, so it might be a moot point. Valet mode, rear park assist symbols displayed on the reverse camera image. That could be big, and you are going to lose it. Did it work out? Fantastic. OnStar text. You're going to lose that no matter what because nobody uses OnStar. Performance data recorder. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like it might be something like custom launch control, line lock, launch control. So these are all the things you're going to lose by doing this. If you don't want to lose these, then that's where the iData interface comes in, and what you're going to lose is the Bose amplifier. So now it's like, okay, I want to keep some of this stuff. So now what do I do? So now you go, okay, I'm going to need to go with an iData piece, but I'm going to have to replace the Bose amp and speaker. So this is like we've always said a million times before, is that car audio is compromise. It's all about compromise, right, Fernando? Yeah. Do you think the Bose amp is worth keeping? No. And here's my thought. It's a 5-year-old vehicle, okay? It could be a 6, could be a 7-year-old vehicle. They're all the same tech. It's the same most bus system. If you're the original owner, you know how you've played it. You might not listen, it's like just the screen died. Yeah, okay, keep it. And if those things don't mean anything, then yeah, rock and roll, right? However, if you're a second owner of the vehicle, you're pretty sure that the reason why the guy traded it in is because 1, he was tired of it, or 2, he just ragged the crap out of it and it was time for an upgrade. You got a soft car, so to speak. You're going to be keeping it because you just got payments on it, so you're going to have it now for the next 3 to 4 years because, that's what a loan is nowadays. All right, so does it make sense to spend, let's say, an extra $1,500? Because remember, you got to replace the radio anyway, so that's your infotainment upgrade. That's part 1. That one's already taken care of. Like you're already spending that money. Now you want to put an additional, we'll say $1,000 to $1,500 into it just to finish it off and make it sound better. To me, there again, I think it makes the most sense because I have another 3 to 4 years of owning this thing. So, yeah. It's tough, but everyone has to figure out how to rationalize what makes the most sense to them. And a DSP to go with the amp and speakers. So there again, a DSP is a good idea. However, with that particular truck, you could do a Stinger upgrade and get a really nice, perfect fit 10-inch screen that goes in the dash, looks sexy as hell. And if you're buying a upgraded radio, so like if you get a Kenwood Exelon that has an EQ pack, if you get an ES Sony, the DSP is not necessarily the most important thing because now you have a 13-band EQ as opposed to a 5-band EQ. So I wouldn't lose any sleep about not having an EQ because now I have all the features built in the radio. So I have time alignment, I have crossover, I have all those fun things that I can play with. So would a DSP be fantastic? Yes, but having an aftermarket radio with all the controls the aftermarket radio has is not as good as a DSP, but it's pretty damn close for a really basic system. So we're thinking, some 6902s in the doors from Kenwood or possibly some power bass. You may even power it off the radio and then just put like a Rockford P308 underneath the seat. These are all things you can do to keep the price reasonable and get a better sound than what that Bose is giving you. So anyways, oh, by the way, hi Arturo. So Bose bought Macintosh, is that right? That apparently is the news. And I think that was a pretty smart move on Bose's part. Because for one, it's still the same customer for the most part. It's still the same customer. You know who you are. I'm one of them, let's be honest. I love Macintosh. I think it's one of the coolest things ever. I would love a Macintosh home stereo. It's just not realistic for the amount of time I spend in front of my TV. It just doesn't mean anything. But I think it makes sense because you have two of the most popular brands ever.
Most popular.
In home audio, now owned by one company. It's there again. Is it good? It depends. It depends what happens. But most home audio companies don't act like 12 volt companies. So I don't think we're going to run into what we see in 12 volt, where you buy a name, you totally destroy the company, and then you're surprised that no one wants to buy your stuff anymore. I don't think. I think it'll probably stay the same. I think they bought it as an investment. Now keep in mind, this is not the first time Macintosh has been bought and sold. It used to be owned by a 12 volt company. Clarion used to own Macintosh. So it's not like this is new to them. They've been bought and sold before. So at least now they're being bought by a home audio company. So that's pretty cool. So it only works on a PC, not a Mac. Correct. Most things in 12 volt only work on PCs, not on Mac. Even iData right now, who I was so proud of that they came out with a Mac app. For some reason now, for almost 6-8 months, their Mac app has not worked. And I've expressed my concern to them about it, because I'm like, guys, like, this is stupid. Fix the freaking app. And they always give me a pleasant excuse, why they haven't done it, which is fine. I get it, but still. They're like, well, what would you like? Would you like an A to B piece, or would you like your app working? And I go, listen, you're gonna put me over a barrel like this. That's not very nice, but I get it. There's only so much manpower. But yeah, very few things work on a Mac. Audio controls, JL. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Kind of sucks. Okay, here we go. All right, hold on. Nothing but good things with iData. Worth the money, easier. Okay, yep. Can you recommend a power supply to hook up my old Pioneer faceplate in my garage so I can use it as a radio? Actually, funny you should ask. Yeah, so there's a couple of them. You can find. So the toolbox used to have, still does, used to have a radio right here. Okay, it had a power supply that sat right here, and one day it decided to die. And we were like, oh man, because we used to listen to radio all the time before we had to start filming everything. So when it died, I went on to Amazon and picked up this piece here. This is the XC6012. It's a 12 volt, 5 amp power supply. This is out of a PC. This is it. This is all you need. It doesn't come with anything. You got to buy a cable. Okay, so you go to Home Depot and pick yourself up, or just order the cable while you're at it. And you just hook up your radio. So this is it. This is all you need, a little 5 amp. This is nice because this is great. You can tuck this away. You don't have to worry about it being a big, noisy power supply. And they're only like $30. They're pretty reasonable. At least they were when I bought this one. Who knows what they are now. Outside of that, you have this style. Like, this is a Pyramid PS7KX. You could probably get this off of, there again, you can get this off the internet. This is a little bit more power. This is 7 amps of surge, 5 amps of cons. This would be good if you're trying to test amplifiers, just to see if they work. And those all kind of live here in this drawer.
I have a better option. Don't buy that stuff. Don't do that.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. What are you going to say?
Just go to morelhifi.com and pick up a brand new Biggie. That's right. The Biggie is a Bluetooth speaker that you can put it anywhere. Anywhere. You're working in the back of the car? Just go put it in the back. Look at that.
Yeah, you got dirt on it, by the way.
I know.
I was not
and
happy.
It has a magnet. Look. Boom. That's it. Rechargeable. It sounds amazing. When Dean was over there in Arizona,
that's why you got dirt on it.
This install bay was hammering. The guys over there, they're like, what's going on? Exactly. I was playing this. So buy this, morelhifi.com. Believe me, you want to enjoy it better than the old radio, power supplies, and wires. No. Dude, just forget about it. And if you want to take it home, take it home.
He's already at home. He's in his garage.
Exactly. So Morel Hi-Fi, I'm saying, inside, not the garage, inside. But hey, morelhifi.com. Go pick up Biggie and go to Facebook. Do me a favor. All you guys watching right now, go to Facebook and like the page. Morel America Inc. Come on, man. I mean, You guys have to. So please, because I'm gonna check it out, the numbers. So you should go and like the page. Go ahead. Keep going.
What were you drinking for?
I'm drinking.
I was gonna say you're drinking a protein drink.
Dude, I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
Somebody say drink protein.
No, they didn't.
Whatever.
Okay.
Better.
Yep. Okay. So Macintosh is doing some OEM Chryslers and newer. Okay. Macintosh has a Grand Cherokee that it is not Macintosh.
That was Alpine.
Alpine actually designed that system for
engineers.
Macintosh. Yeah. So that was not Macintosh. That's kind of the joke, is that is not a Macintosh system. That is a cool Macintosh VU meter. Outside of that, it is.
That was pretty cool.
And it looked fantastic. Not trying to take anything away from it, but that was actually designed by Alpine. Alpine offers the services. Macintosh took advantage of them. Any updates on the new storefront? Actually, yes. Hold on. Let me get through these questions. Viver has some power supplies. Not sure about quality, though. There you go. Pyramid. Hola. Can I check phase with the Biggie? No. Nice ad. Hola, Angel. Okay. But it doesn't have a tape deck. It does not have a tape deck. What Bluetooth speaker is nice, but I want... Alright, that Bluetooth speaker is nice, but I want to hook up my old Bose 310s that I got from the Wiz. Old school, LOL. Very fitting for the conversation. Very well. Okay. What a DSP. Okay, Kenwood Exelon, 1801, 7-inch. Not many applications, but may play good. Still want to thank you for all the inspiration and making them fit with ABS and PVC speaker brackets. Fantastic. What's up, Iowa Mike? Okay, so now that we banged through all those questions, yes, there is an update in the retail store. I said I would take you guys over there.
Are you going to go see them?
Huh?
Are you gonna go see there?
Yeah. So I'm gonna. All right. So here's what's gonna happen. What? So I have
your nose in front of everybody.
It doesn't matter. So I have to switch off the Wi-Fi. So we're gonna get a pause here. All right, we're back. Let's walk next door, and I will show you guys what is going on. So the front up here is still coming along good. Other than we have two minions in here. I ordered some more shelves to go up here. So we're almost to a finish point up there. No, it was my toe.
Oh, in your face.
No, it's not in my face. Okay. So. Oh, we need a light guy. He wants to do the windows now. So
the whole thing?
Yeah, he wants to find a light guy. So I told him we'd find somebody because he apparently doesn't know how to use the internet. Okay, so we just did this upgrade yesterday. No, last week.
Yesterday.
I know. So, the first thing I wanted to do was once we got the lights for underneath here, which is now here, I was like, no, it'd be really cool if we had lights all the way around here because Paul wants to set stuff and I don't want it just sitting on the floor. Like we have the islands now in place and Paul will find something to put on everything. Like I've already told him I don't want these sitting here and he just can't help himself. So, we have the P300s all stacked nicely here. This allows him to put, I'm surprised he hasn't filled it up yet. I don't know what he's waiting for. But this allows us to put subs along here. So we got this made to fill in the whole space, which freed up the units that were here. So one of them went here. So this has, this was perfect for this wall. This area is not done yet. That's next. So this allowed us to put this here. And we have one of them that is here that is not lit up yet. So this will be the next one. Then we have two extras that'll go into this room once that room gets going. The big move was this guy here, though. This is the client consultation area that I wanted. This allows us to have a PC. There's one of those little micro PCs that is in here. And this allows us to discuss, I got a cool little drawer. This allows us to come away from the counter over here, so I don't have to bring somebody over here, hi Paul, to see Paul's Sanford & Son approach to life. Anyways, I can keep them over here in my world.
Hi, how can I help you?
Exactly. And then if we need to show them boxes or dash kits or something like that they're interested in, we can pop them up here on the screen.
So we have a PS5 over here in the back, so you guys can play.
There's no PS5. No. And what happened this morning? Somebody came over here, grabbed a bar stool from over there, and I wanted to.
Down here?
And he sat down over here, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm looking at Paul the whole time, going, "Why did you let him take the bar stool over here?"
People are gonna do that.
No, they're not. They literally, who goes into your house and takes a bar stool, carries it 30 feet over and puts it in an area that clearly says client consultation?
My cousin.
Okay. I'll have a talk with him. Anyways, so I'm trying to do this demo for this, and he's just sitting right where I'm going, dude, like, come on, man. Finally, he got a hint, and he went over and sat over there. So I took the bar stool and walked over here.
We need to print one of those
Cards
that says just client consultation only.
I mean, you're right, because I know it's too high.
I don't see it. You see my AdWords? I don't see nothing. So we just put it over here.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So to answer the question, so Stinger and audio control are the same. Stinger owns audio control. The amplifiers are not the same though. That is 100%. So
same company.
It is the same company, but the Stinger amplifiers
different.
And the Epic amplifiers are different amplifiers in some cases. Okay, not there are some overlap, but they're not all the same. Because they're not bolted to the floor. Both the bar stools down. I would love to. More RGBs. Yeah. So that's the goal. RGBs are awesome. So I need to put RGB around the TV that plays the live stream.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking about doing is I still like the idea. I still want to paint this wall like from here over. I'm thinking I want to paint it like a dark color, like a black or a dark gray.
You gotta paint the whole thing.
What, from the top too?
From the top, yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah. Either way, I want to change the color of this wall.
Yeah.
I think. I'm still debating on whether I want to do it because for one, like we just had it painted and it's already getting screwed up and it's pissing me off.
We're gonna paint it dark gray with accent like this.
Oh, sponge paint it?
Yeah, just like that. So yeah.
Okay, sure, we'll do that.
And then we put the lights in the back of the TV.
I'd love to put like 4 TVs up here, but we'll see. We'll see. Baby steps. Sorry about that. Okay, so anyways, that's the newest addition to the showroom. So I think the showroom, for the most part, other than a few little pieces here and there, is done. Kicker is supposedly working on a new marine display that's going to launch next year, which if that happens, we'll get rid of the old marine display and put that there.
Say that.
What?
That was a secret.
It's not a secret. It's no secret.
Secret.
So, hey, what's up? Theater curtains may be for the wall. Yeah, I don't know. It's curtains. Put curtains on the wall. Hang theater curtains. I know. I mean, I get it. I think that I see where you're going with that.
Yes, but
I don't think it works for car. I don't think it works for car. No, I like the idea of I like the thought though. I think that would be neat.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good idea.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm not gonna outrule. I'm not gonna like totally, but I think sponge painting it might be a better. Put some stools at the. Oh God, hold on.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
What?
Mount the bar stools so nobody moves them.
Yeah. Put some stools at the client consultation area and do a live podcast once a week. So the whole idea is to not have people sitting there. So what happens is we have the 2 chairs that we put in a couple months back. The whole idea is to get people to leave. I don't want people hanging out in the showroom because we don't need them. And the other thing too is, when people come in the morning and they're like waiting and stuff, if there's a stool, there's something to sit on, people will sit on it. And if I need to work in the area where, like this morning, I needed to be there to show this gentleman something, and this person was doing exactly what I told Paul I didn't want to happen. So, it's like this is not furniture to move in on. So, of corner protectors. Yeah, but I mean, I get it, but like, I think just dark paint will solve the issue. You know, red paint, paint it red. Red is angry. We need subdued to keep. Red makes people like nuts. I don't want any red in my store. I don't need people walking in getting all hyper. Mark bolsters to the Roomba. Remotely move them back and forth with picture of past installs. So that was my idea for above the displays. Like if we got 4 TVs, just put a bunch of thumb drives and just have them rotate out past displays and stuff like that. So I mean, the 80-inch TV is supposed to be for that, but you know, yeah. Anyways, Paragon, what's up? Mike. Paint it black and just blast the Rolling Stones all day. I get the reference, but it's not a door, so it's a hallway.
A hallway.
Yeah, I think the gray with the sponge might be a better idea. It'd be cool just to get a big sticker, but then we got to find someone to paint it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, we got to find a painter. Oh, we'll get the Cuban guy.
The one that he built the whole thing.
Yeah, I bet you he could do it. Yeah, because I ain't got time to do it. You ain't got time to do it. Anyways,
I'm not a painter, bro.
I'm not a painter. I'm barely an installer.
Mexican, you think I'm a painter? Wow.
Y'all built the pyramids.
Nobody's gonna.
No one questions that.
But in Egypt, it's questionable.
Yeah, that is questionable. They imported the Mexicans. I mean, let's be honest.
That's right.
Resourceful. This one was they were all hanging out. They were all hanging out on the shore, just like a Home Depot.
Bring some beer
and they said, "Hey man, we're gonna build some pyramids like yours." And they were like, "We got you, bro.
Yeah,
22 an hour." Just like, hop in the back of my pickup truck.
Got it. Yep.
Yep.
Francisco, come over here, bro.
You need a Sphinx? No problem. Tech tip of the day. I think we opened pretty much with a big tech tip.
Tech tip of the day.
Oh, you got a tech tip?
Yes.
All right, go for it.
Just remember to check your cars. As soon as you put it in the bay, check your car's lights, brake lights. Steering wheel control, everything. So, for example, when Dean was in Arizona, I was working on a old van. I put a backup camera.
And he forgot to check.
And I forgot to, it's lights. I put backup lights. And the light didn't work. So wire was there, but nothing worked. So I spent 2.5 hours trying to figure it out. If that was a blown fuse, a relay or something. So make sure you check your car before you start working on it. Tell your salesman, tell your customer, so you don't have any problems in the future.
Was that Paul?
That's Paul.
He probably needs help. Audio Dreams out here in Laveen, California is having a 3-day midnight sale. We will be hosting demos with my 300 and Wayne's Tesla. So if you're in Cali, Laverne, yeah, there, head them up. I know Techno Express, Eduardo, I know how to connect the camera ground. Yeah, Laverne. Thank you. If you're in Laverne, California, Audio Dreams, go head them up. They're having a 3-day midnight sale. So does that mean the sale is at midnight every night? That sounds like fun. I don't want to be at my place that late at night. I got to be honest with you, man. I want to be in bed. I'm trying. That's going to be my. I hate New Year's resolutions, but that's going to be like, because it's not New Year's, so I'm trying to finish earlier at night and get to bed. Like I want to be in bed by 12:30 every night, because I need to sleep. I'm getting old. But that's my new goal. I probably won't get to do it, but hey, one can hope. Hey Dean, I know I look like you. Ask Fernando. Laverne by LA Fairgrounds. Bobby would like to know. Mike. Okay, did you get a haircut or did you just go get a bleaching? Okay. All right, so actually runs till midnight. They raffle off products and sports gear. Oh, there you go. TVs. Wow. All right. So anyways, Mike's having fun in the comments. Bobby's asking questions. That's all I got for you right now. It's Friday. Yes, by the LA Fairgrounds. There we go. I gotta go because I gotta try to film a video real quick before we go here for you guys. So that's all we got. You guys have a wonderful day. Go over to moralehifi.com. Check them out. Like them. Subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. What does that mean?
Hi guys, welcome to the show. Oh no, that's not how it goes.
I mean, you could do that. It works.
Dude, for some reason I don't get notifications anymore.
Probably have them turned off. Or they just don't work. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Update?
You gotta tell it. Notifications, turn them on.
All of them.
Yeah, I know. You get all notifications. You get notifications for everything. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know.
Like, it's crazy. You can't even use your phone half the time.
I use my phone all the time.
They just constantly get interrupted. Constantly interrupted.
It's part of life.
No.
Good interrupt. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Hello, what's up?
What's up?
Hey guys. Great Friday afternoon. Good afternoon.
It is a great Friday.
If you guys caught the Hi-Fi Vegas show last night, I said I had a package and I showed this box. And it was sealed at the time. But we've since taken it apart and removed what was inside of it. But there was a bigger box to be had. And inside of that we have some of the new Warhorse. Okay, so there's like these two bass knobs here, which I'll figure out what they're for. It's like 2 amp bass knobs. So there's that, which is cool. But then there's these distribution blocks. And then the new LED distribution block, which is really cool. So we'll unpack all those at a later time. But this is the LX7. So it's got a whole bunch of other things. So it's like the LX 13.7. We're just going to call it the LX7. We were playing with the bass knob. So this is the new bass knob, which is really cool. It clicks and
Get the number right, man. Come on.
it has a bunch of features, but one of them is like you drill a big hole and it looks to where it's going to fit in way more applications than a standard bass knob, and it's colored and it's RGB and it's all that fun stuff there. So that's the bass knob. That's really cool. We'll power all that up when we get to the unboxing portion of it. But what we really want to take a look at, or what we really want to show you guys, I have to do this so I can see. Okay, there we go. Is the amplifier itself and the new controller. Now, here's the thing. There's going to be a bunch of questions. I know. We just got off the phone. We had a bunch of questions. So let's not worry about them right now. Let's just kind of take it all in. So let's just take it all in.
Brand new, guys. Come on.
And then we'll have a full video where we go deep into everything that it's going to do. We're just going to give you an overview, though, because there's a lot of neat stuff. First off, this is the amplifier here. We've had it on for a while, so check this out. So we can remove this, and we can flip it any way we want. And there's little teeth, so that'll go back in. Then we can change the color here. We can dim it. Like if we don't want any, we can turn it all the way down, and we can start over. And so there's a whole bunch of cool stuff going on with that. So there's that. So cool. Here are your gains for the amplifier. So it's 7 channels. Now these are going to have peak light built into it.
Indicator,
so
yeah.
As you're turning it up, it's gonna turn on a light, which is going to tell you to turn it down. That's standard kicker style. They had that on the KS. They have it now on the LX. Or at KX. Yeah. Anyway, KX. Okay. So we got 8 inputs, and these buttons here allow you to decide how you want to use those inputs. So like if you want to input 1 to do 1 and 2, or 1, 2, and 3, you can decide on all those how they're going to work by these buttons, and we'll get into the fun of that once we do the unboxing. But those are some of the questions you're going to ask. It does have supposedly it only draws 120 amps of current, but it does have a 0 gauge, up to a 0 gauge. These ones way over here are your sub outputs. These are your speaker outputs. And
this the reason why is because if you're gonna put it like all the way in the back of the car or the SUV.
Well, that and this one, 1300 watts and it's doing almost 1600 watts total power. So yeah, zero gauge probably not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea,
but there again, it's up to you. But this guy, so this is the commander for this. So what you're not seeing here, like when we pull this off, you're not seeing buttons and dials. These are physically, we have the DC offset button here, we have the channel selectors here, and we have the gains. That's it. There's no crossovers, there's no nothing. It doesn't exist. That's this controller here. Now the next question would be, oh cool, we're gonna mount. No, we're not mounting this anyway. When you're done, you just unplug it, and that's where your bass knob plugs in. So, hey Jeff, this is not anything that you would leave hooked up. This is to program it, and then you put it back in the box, throw it away, you do whatever you want. Probably just put it back in the box. And so this is telling us it's a 7-channel. Here's our voltage, here's our temperature. Temperature is always going to be Celsius. So they're taking a stand, they're putting the flag in the ground, and it's Celsius, damn it. It's just like your 3D printers. Those are Celsius. Learn how to read Celsius, Fernando.
Why you guys don't read Celsius?
Politicians.
Politicians?
Yeah, because we were supposed to learn it back in the 70s.
We do Celsius.
You have.
I don't know what Celsius is.
I was gonna say you have no idea what Celsius is. So, okay, so let's take it. Let's walk through this real quick. Let's walk through this real quick.
What?
Let's walk through this really quick. I'm gonna take a couple punches to the face, and I'm gonna make $20 million. Okay, yeah, I'll let the white boy beat me up. Anyways, hey Elias, how you doing? All right, so let's jump through this real quick. Amp select is where we start. So you have amp 1, amp 2, amp 3, and subwoofer. FR stands for full range. That's it.
I say front right.
I thought it was front right. It is full range. We were corrected. That's why we called. Now, you have your gain control here to turn up and down. However, when you come in here and you say gain trim, you're like, what is that for? So gain trim is for both left and right. It takes the whole front channel and allows you to do quick, fast gain adjust. You can go down to negative 10 dB right here, all the way down to negative 10. I'm sorry, negative 9. Something else was negative 10. And then up to 3. And this allows you to do some fine tuning. So like if you were using this, thank you, and you were like setting up a two-way component set with a tweeter in a mid-range and an A-pillar, and then a mid-bass or a rear or tweeter in a mid-range, and you wanted to do adjustments, you don't have to keep going back to the amp and going back to the amp and going back to the amp. Once you get these leveled out, you can then use these controls to fine-tune your gain overlap between, let's say, the tweeter and the mid-range, or the tweeter mid-range mid-bass, or whatever combination you need to do. So that's done here at the command center using this first knob right here. All right, your second knob is going to be right here where it says H off, L off. This is high pass off, this is low pass off. So if I turn this dial, this immediately turns on my high pass crossover. And as you can see, I can go ridiculously crazy on my high pass crossover. I can just keep turning this. I can pick all kinds of crazy frequencies. All right, you get, like, here we go. We can go all the way up to 5K. All right, now I'm gonna turn the dial to get me all the way back down. All right, so that's off, and now this is low pass. So if I turn this dial, now it becomes a low pass crossover, and there again, it starts at 5K. All right, so those are your thresholds, 5K, and this will go all the way down to the ground, 40 hertz. Okay, but if I, let's say, choose, let's say 3200. Let's go to 3200. There's 32 right there. Oh, one more. And if I turn this on, guess what? Now it says BP. Now we've created the bandpass crossover, and this is how we would. So if this was a mid bass, we went too far. We put it at 80 hertz. Okay, right. One more, two more, right there. So there's our bandpass crossover for a set of mid bass. Two-way system right there. And if we wanted, if it was a three-way system, we could turn this down to 350. That's it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, so there you go. There's that. Now, if we hit amp 2, we can set this up the same way. So low pass. Definitely don't want a low pass. You know, we can adjust, and then amp 3 works the same way. And now we go back to amp 1, and we hit this. Now we have Butterworth or Linkwitz Riley. If we go Butterworth, and we turn this knob here, turn this knob here. Hold on, where's it at? That one?
No, the other one.
Is it this one? Hold on. See, we're just getting this.
Yep.
Oh, where was it?
Turn that one.
Hold on. That's stereo. We'll come back to that. So this is a crossover, Butterworth. I thought it was, slope. There we go. All right. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. All right. So if we say Butterworth, then we go 12, 18, 24. And if we say Linkwitz, we have 24 and 12. So Butterworth, 12, 18, 24. Linkwitz, 12 and 24. Okay. That's that. Yep. See? Cool. Now, if we go to this, we're going to tell it we want stereo. We want left plus right mono, or we want to do mono left minus right. Left minus right will be really cool and give you a neat sound in your rear speakers. So this is going to give you the cool, like Jeff likes to say, the rear effect to get that. And but anyways, this will give you that for your rear channels if you want it. And then you flip back through it. And then if we come over here to subwoofer, there again, crossover right here, we can create a subsonic and a low pass. We have phase in and out for the subwoofer. Crossover types works the same way, Butterworth or Linkwitz Riley. And then we have kick EQ. So if you remember the KX, they had the cool knob up front. If you remember the Q class, it had the big knob up front. It did a whole bunch of stuff. Well, kick EQ is built into this. So now I can pick my bandwidth, whether I want really big fat boomy bass. Oop, could you hold that again?
Yeah.
Really big fat boomy bass. And I can pick, hold on, kick EQ. See, this is really tough live. Kick EQ, there we go. And then we can, nope, here. Oh yeah, we gotta keep punching. Then we have our gain, our bass gain right there for kick EQ. Then we have our kick EQ center frequency. Okay, so that's cool there. And let's go back to amp 1. We have one other thing, which is delay. So we can delay the right speaker on all of the 6 high pass channels. So you can delay channel 2, channel 4, and channel 6 in correlation to channels 1. So you can delay channel 2 from channel 1. You can delay channel 3 or delay channel 4 from channel 3 and delay channel 6 from channel 5 by just turning this dial right here. And you can do up to, I think this is the 10, yeah. 10 milliseconds of delay. Okay, so that's what this is for. So when you're done, you would just unplug this, and then you plug a bass knob in, and that would be that. So that is how the new system is going to work. And these are universal, so once these, they're all the same. So if it plugs into a 4-channel, it's going to act one way. If it plugs into a 5-channel, it's going to act another way. Mono block. It's all going to work the same. It'll just give you access to the functionality.
You know what I was thinking?
No.
Always with the negativity.
If
you have this, but then you have a male and a female, so you don't have to go back to the amplifier. You can just plug it in the front of it.
Oh, we could just buy one of those.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, we can just buy one of those. They make that. That's just it's just a butt connector.
It's just like a Y.
Yeah, we might even actually have one of those.
Okay.
Well, it's not a Y. It's just a butt connector.
Right.
So, I don't think we do. I just looked in there yesterday because I had to cut that phone cable for the Jeep. But I can order one of those.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody makes one. But yeah, that way if the bass knob was mounted up front, like under the dash.
Yeah, you just like unplug it, plug the other one in, and just like adjust it.
Yeah, that would probably be helpful. Yeah, we'll count the pins. I'm sure we can order that. So anyways, that's kind of like, we're going to do a full in-depth Like, we didn't even get to the high level, low level portion of it.
No.
There's a ton of stuff, but I wanted to show you guys the controller because I think that is going to be where a lot of the confusion is. Too bad they can't plug the controller into the bass knob in case you change speakers or just quick change. Well, that's what Fernando was talking about, because they both use the same, they're both using the same cable. So they both use this cable here. So the reality is, if this was plugged in, you could just get a butt connector, you know, a phone butt connector. So this is 8. This is an 8-pin connector. So you just get a, you know, a connector, and you're all set. And then you could unplug that, plug this. We'll have to try it. I'll order one today. So when we do the video, we'll know. There you go. Great amp to pair up with the new QS series speakers coming out soon. I have no idea. Sure, let's go with those. New QS? You know something I don't, Bobby. Of course, I don't ask anymore, so.
You know something.
I mean, who knows? I don't even listen anymore. I suck at it.
You never listen.
I don't know. I'm trying to be like you. Just, okay, sounds good. How we can test only processor on bench, but the problem is there is no output from the amp, but in the car it works fine. And you suggest, wait, whoa, hold on. How can we test only processor on bench, but the problem is there is no output from amp, but in car it works fine? Any specific reason?
There's no output?
On the bench? Really? That's usually the other way around.
Okay, so what we use for output is this. So for example, we use our RCA.
Just plug your phone in and go to your DRM.
So RCA to whatever phone you have.
Yes, that's a lightning to aux jack. Hold on, let me flip this around.
It plugs in here.
Yeah, so it's just plugged in.
Yeah, and then as soon as I find my test.
Ooh. Yeah, none of these songs have words, so we can gain 2. We can turn that up. So there's that.
And now you have output.
So then I can come into here, amp 2. We can add a crossover. Bandpass.
Oh my God, turn it down.
That's a mean frequency right there. There you go. Yeah. Yes, you really need vocal to see that work. Anyways.
But that's why we do it.
That's how we do it. We basically build everything you need to build in a car on the bench.
I mean, because sometimes you have problems, and there's like exactly that. You bring it on the bench, test it, see.
Add a mini switch so you can plug a laptop in for firmware updates and control the bass knob. Nah, this isn't going to have any software updates. Ever. Never. Any opinion on the new DS18S? I think they look extremely cool.
Yeah.
I like Steve's. I told Steve. We ran into him at SEMA, and I was like, bro, they managed to encapsulate you in an amplifier.
That's cool.
It's your personality to a T.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. So, pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that. Ooh, man, it's nice and warm.
I mean, that's what the amplifier does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's suffering from low battery voltage or low amperage because it's sucking way more amperage than our little 15 amp power supply can put to it. No, 10 amp. We have a 10 amp power supply on it right now. So it's going, you suck. Happy Friday, Mike. Does it come with RGB? Yeah, so here's this. And okay, so it's not like an RGB that you can tie into the rest of the system. You just have to figure out what you want.
What color you need?
I haven't figured out what this does yet.
That's the brightness, no?
No, this is the brightness here. So this,
okay, so now do the other one.
Hold on. You go there.
Right there. And then I think that one is so you can mix colors, no? All right, now change it.
I mean, what? I don't. It's
Press
not.
2 buttons
it's
at
not-
the same time.
It's not doing anything.
Oh, see?
Oh, that's just changing colors. So if you put this back on, then
I don't know.
you know that's how RGB
We're gonna
works.
find out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out at some point. But this is so you can flip this and put it in any
Yeah.
direction you
Yeah.
want.
I like
So it has lights. It has lights. They're just not controllable, so to speak. What's up, Bobby? Live from Disneyland.
Very nice.
Um,
Bobby is.
So there we go. That's what we've all been waiting for. This is the new LX series amplifier. Pretty exciting. If you're, yeah, sure, it's gonna be fun. We're excited.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can't wait to get to it. Put a demo on it and hook it up to the dyno. See what the subside does. Would Fernando get an RGB tattoo if they came out with them? You want to put lights in your skin? Battery up your butt?
No, but
No.
I see they have ink. It's like a
Glow in the dark?
glow in the dark. Thinking about it. Why not?
No, I'm not driving Haley's car right now. They're back in town, so she's driving her car, which sucks because she has a better stereo. The Monroe logo with an RGB tat. Listen, here's the thing, man. Like, everything, I've said this before, everything that I've loved as a youth or growing up, it always gets screwed up, man. What's up, Johnny? It always gets screwed up. So, like, for example, big Orion fan.
Yeah.
I would not want an Orion tattoo right now. I think Matthew did okay with the Rockford tattoo.
Yeah.
You know, because Rockford has really never changed. But, like, big Star Wars fan, I don't want a Star Wars tattoo. I still love this stuff, but not enough to let it get screwed up by putting it on me.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. I just feel like as time goes on, everything just kind of like Boss buying Macintosh. That's it's like I don't know.
Hey, man.
It just
Everything changed.
It's like the nerdy ugly guy gets this sexy
It's an
attractive
evolution.
woman. Just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna do that, and the other are for sure.
So howdy, Audison Forza tuning going on, dude. Just run a Cordo and be done. You mean you don't have Macintosh tramp stamp? No, that would be cool. No, that would be cool. No. I just, oh well. I want a jester tattoo?
Jetter.
Yeah, okay.
Jester.
Funny, I'm into car audio and my bro does tats. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Bioluminescent tattoos are what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
yes.
Dean, we're too old for them now. I don't want a tattoo. I have God's
Bro, you
tattoos.
should
We call
do
them
that tattoo.
freckles.
Well, you have to lose. It's a tattoo, bro.
What? I don't need one.
You
I don't.
need one.
There's
You totally need
no. There is nothing. No, there's nothing.
You should do like one of those right here that says, "If you're not in my team, you suck." So every time somebody sees you, it's like, what?
Oh, they're playing with the up mixer. Oh, good luck. Have fun with that. Put it on the rears. That's all you need it for.
Yeah.
And that's all we use it for. But
Yeah.
But no, that's
But
cool. Yeah.
talking about stuff,
Are you gonna cut a promo?
get a Bigfoot tattoo to match your feet. That's a good one.
Nah, because as soon as I get a Bigfoot tattoo, they'll find Bigfoot, and then it just won't have any meaning anymore.
They're gonna discontinue those those shoes. Yeah.
BMW with a center channel.
Zip tie around the neck. Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know.
No.
Maybe like 2 zip ties, like tattoo, like half and half. So when you kind of like put it like this, it's like one.
If God wanted you to have a tattoo, He would have given me a birthmark. Yeah,
I got plenty, man. You
Yeah.
got freckles, so yeah.
Yeah, freckles aren't birthmarks, but anyways, they're just
I mean, it's
I don't know.
spiral.
That's a dumb name too for some. Anyways,
I just want to tell you real quick, guys, don't forget, this show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. Yes, but what I need you to do is go to
dude, spit it
Facebook.
out.
I'm sorry, Facebook. You gotta go to
We're on
Facebook.
Instagram.
We actually like the page. We only have 430 people in there. Come on, man. Like, I know you guys can do better than that. Just go and like the page. It's Morel America Inc. on Facebook. Like the page, and sometimes they do giveaways, so you find out in there what you can, what you can get. So, Morel America Inc. on Facebook. Go like the page, guys. That's it.
Wow. Oh, you almost kept
I'm
that one
telling
under
you what
control.
to do now.
Yeah, you are bossy.
Come on,
You're
guys.
a bossy little guy.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to tell him what to do?
Yes.
I think we should just go home. I'm ready to go home. But, hey, today is Friday, which doesn't mean anything much. Dean switching from a Tweak 88 to the PS8 Thoughts. The input-output mixer is very similar. So if you can understand the JLs, you'll definitely understand when you go to input mixer in the drop-down menu of the PS8. So make sure you use the drop-down menu, go to tools, go to input mixer. Because if you try to do it the default way, it won't look anything like what you're used to. So just do that. Arc Audio PS8, not Pro. I'm sorry. Either way, it's all the same. It's all the same. PS8, it still has the input. It still go to tools, go to input mixer, adjust it there, and you'll be like, oh, I'm used to this.
Yeah.
Unless you didn't like that, in which case use the other one. But I'm with Brian. Told me when we first started using them, I go, I like this one. He goes, you won't. I go, yeah, I will. He goes, no, you won't. You'll like this one in the end. I'll win. And I go, whatever. And he was right. I was like, you suck. So,
Yeah.
hey guys.
What's up?
Not much. It is Friday. Arc Audio
Mañana.
RS1, RS3, RS6 with a Blackbird and Arc Audio subs with Nighthawk for an F-150. What do you think? Yeah, bring it. Let's do it. I'm dying to do that system in an F-150. That would, yes, all day long. Let's go crazy. I think it'd sound fantastic. Next Thursday, Turkey Day, live from the beach. Yes, we're going to be live at, just so you know, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for next Thursday's live morning show. Normally it's 10. This year it's going to be 9 because I was informed by the boss that we have something to do. And so we're going to be leaving, and that'll be that. So 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thursday morning is the Thanksgiving Day show. What was against Fernando said? I don't know. It's hair.
No, I put the speaker.
Oh, that was a Ford speaker. That's our test
speaker.
bench speaker.
Yeah.
I like Arc with Alpine for a good cost effective. Okay. Deal. How's the cabinets going? Actually, the cabinet's kind of stalled for right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have...
Because...
We have work to do. You laugh.
Yeah, but no, we'll get them.
Yeah.
It's like I said, my goal is to get most of this done. I want to have it done by the first of the year. That's my goal. We'll see how we hit it, because we got a ton of stuff to do between now and then. But we have after, I think today, the last of the top cabinets come in, so we'll have, I think, all the cabinets to get them installed, and then we can start arranging. We have one cabinet left to build, which is going to be for all the shrink wrap and tech flex and all that are going to go inside of that.
Yeah.
So I think we might flip two of the cabinets and put it closer to this end. We'll see. Anything new with the 3D printer? Yeah, so we printed... We're doing some test prints with some of the Orca stuff. So if you're an Orca dealer, you can sign up and they will give you a printer and then the files print. So this is an F-150 speaker bracket for a Focal 6.5, and then this is a speaker bracket for a Ford. And so we printed those up so we could take some pictures and whatnot. Yeah, no, they're cool. Right now, this one is printing a project that we're working on. So they've been doing their thing. You know, next year we'll probably get more into them once they get their new home up front, where they can just sit there and rattle off and be noisy, and we can, you know. The show, Bobby, watched yesterday's show. We went over to the showroom and saw everything that was going on. What do you eat that's only on Thanksgiving and not any other time of the year? Pumpkin pie. Really? It's just pumpkin pie. I don't eat pumpkin pie any other time of the year. What about you? You don't have anything like that, I'm sure. Yeah, mine's just pumpkin pie. because I like turkey, I like stuffing. Green bean casserole, we'll make that a couple times a year. I prefer tacos for Thanksgiving, but I always lose. Do that. Sorry about that. Right. Well, really, that's about it. We got to get back to work.
Yes.
We want to just show you the new LX 7-channel. It's in. We'll do an unboxing. We'll make some videos explaining all of this, even though, to make it make a little bit more sense, so that you guys will know what to do when you get yours.
You already know.
Yeah, G.I. Joe that thing. All right, guys. That's it. You guys go forth and have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Friday. Bye.